It's the OCGFAM show. Today we're talking about if distilling your water is the solution to your water issues. Let's get after it. Hey there! Bob from Oregon's Constant Gardener. Welcome to the OCGFAM show to you, my YouTube buddies. What's going on? How you doing? Let's talk about that down in the comments after the show. But right now, let's just get into the show. So we've been talking a lot about alkalinity. And alkalinity kind of mostly, I mean, it's about the soil, but it's really, we've been talking about how the water affects the soil. And dealing with the water issue, what do you do if you got bad water? A lot of people have good water. A lot of people got great water and you just need a little bit of work to it. But if your water's really messed up, we've been talking about RO, going and getting bottled water from the store, getting distilled water, making distilled water yourself. And it feels like to me, I don't know how it feels to you or to Scott, but it feels like to me that we're coalescing kind of around that distilled water may really be kind of the best solution for a lot of people. But that once you distill it, you got to kind of put something back into it to get it going, to get that alkalinity sorted out. And that's what this video is about. It's about using distilled water and how that can affect an alkalinity situation and how you work with distilled water. So watch the clip. I'll talk to you after. Black phase. I pretty much figured out don't trust any water. Just distill it, which pretty much sets the water back to nothing in an almost zero, then boosts it with calcite for 3 hours until I got to 107 from 22, and my buds went from golf ball size to around decent sized plums.
Nice.
Yeah. I don't know if that's a question.
No, kind of sounds like he doesn't like their water locally, and he stopped trusting anything he could buy, so he just started distilling his own.
So you can just buy a still, right? The distilling machine that distills the water. How does that?
Oh yeah, I mean that's pretty simple.
Yeah, I mean they had. I remember when I was at the boat plant a million years ago, they had an acetone distiller, and it was just a little. It was like a bowl that you heated up and a bowl on top of it, and it caught up here, and then it ran off the edge and dropped into a bowl below it. You can do that with. There's water machines that do that, I would assume.
Yeah.
But if you did the water, what would you do to it? I mean, if you distilled water, would you work on it anyway?
I would want to correct it with at least the meters and Olympus up or something, but get some calcium back in there or a mineral, or just have really good potting soil with high alkalinity in it.
So one is somewhat equal to the other of having your soil right.
If your water's clean. So bad, I mean, if your water's so bad, then I get it. I mean, there's some people where you're just like, wow, you definitely have, you're a victim to your water source. Yeah. And then there's people that are like, you're really great at growing because of your water source. So, but like they said, look what happened. They figured out how to go from 22 to 107 from simply just distilling their water, dropping the pH, because that's what he's doing when they distill it. It's going through that carbonic acid reaction. He's getting his distilled is. I wonder what his distilled is turning out to, but I bet you it's in that 6.3 to 6.5 range. Running it through calcite for 3 hours or soaking it to get 120, and look at the difference in his flower size. So that's awesome that he figured out how to do that. A lot of people are figuring that piece out.
Genetics and water. Huge factors.
Genetics.
Yeah. You're walking uphill. I mean, you get all the great nutrients and everything. Those are going to work well for you when you have a good plant and a good dirt to put it in.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. What do you think of that? Informative, entertaining, helpful? What kind of water do you use? Do you treat your water in any way like that? Do you just use it out of the tap? Let's talk about that and what we're doing. Try to work together on this thing. I love you. I'll see you tomorrow. The OCGFAM show. It's pretty good. It happens every day. It's the OCGFAM show. See you tomorrow.